Hey everybody, Mr. Regan here. And up to now, we've looked at evolutionary trees and how we read them and what they show us, and the evidence for how we decide who our common ancestors are and our descendant species. Now, with that evidence, we also have our SIM, which has a larger version of this evolutionary tree, and it also helps us put the order of our species together based on who's younger and who's older. And we're going to be looking at what's called the fossil record here in a second to help us understand how our SIM shows past and present species within our evolutionary tree. And we're going to be looking at what this fossil record is used for when deciding the age. So make sure you check the different areas of our survey and check in if you have questions. So let's talk about analyzing the fossil record in our SIM. The evolutionary tree diagram we just looked at is one small branch of a larger evolutionary tree for all of life. And we know this. The tree can be very complicated, and we have one in our SIM, and the evolutionary tree is used as a way to show is used to show the similar way of relating organisms from one to the other, whether it's our whales and humans or whether it's trees and different amoebas and so on. Now, when we look at our SIM, okay, and the evolutionary tree in it, it includes many species. Some of them are alive today, and some of them are extinct. And we can see that with all the different complex branches in here. Okay, so some of these are extinct, some of these are living today. And each page in our SIM represents a different part of branches on the tree of life. So all of these are branches on our big tree that shows how some of our older, more extinct organisms are related to some of our more younger organisms. But how do we figure that out? How do we figure out who's older and who's younger? Scientists use this idea of the fossil record, and they use fossil evidence to figure it out. So the ones that we see in our SIM, okay, are extinct species, and we use these fossil evidence found in this fossil record. And these fossil records are layers of rock inside of Earth. We use this evidence, okay, so that we can put species in order of older to younger. This helps scientists decide not only who's older and younger, but who's related to each other based on Earth's history. So each one of these layers is a set of rock layers. With our fossils, you can kind of see poking out in different spots. So at the very top, this is where we would live. And at the very bottom would be Earth's core. And each one of these layers is what scientists read in our fossil record. So each one of these is a specific page almost in a record book. And we look at these layers to figure out who is older and younger based on where they're located in our record. So that's how our SIM shows past and present species based on the order of them in our evolutionary tree. And that's the fossil record we use for when deciding the age of our species. If you have questions, reach out. Otherwise, good luck with the rest of the lesson.